when I was serving, one of the things that we were trained to do and practiced constantly and had a structure and a system around was to have an immediate action. So an immediate action was what happens if. So if we were, on operations and something happened, the enemy did something that that surprised us or we didn't expect. What happens if? And actually, what it meant was that we had a whole process of being able to take a moment and ask a series of questions to evaluate the situation, and then to actually formulate a plan of action to get us out of that challenge and that problem. If you look at what's going on in terms of, let's take the supply chain. What happens if your supply chain has a break in it because of something a little bit further back the supply chains that has a knock-on effect? So what is your immediate action? What are your courses of action open up for what situations that may arise in the business? And look, the thing that the immediate action taught me, about pressure and risk in the business was it allowed me to control it. It allowed me the space to be able to say, okay, this has happened. What do I do now? How do I deal with this? What process do I follow? And so there was a contingency, there was a plan. Even if it was just a plan to ask the questions in order to actually come up with a solution. So that immediate action, and actually it was for my approach and the way I did it, and again, I go back to COVID. Very early on in COVID, we helped an awful lot of businesses in those early days actually put a plan in place. And you'll remember the word about lots of businesses looking at the pivot. Well, we went back to the roots and actually created and came up with and helped business owners actually overcome those challenges. And so what happened was the pressure, for me personally, the pressure didn't create or highlight a weakness. It actually exposed the weaknesses. It exposed where there were challenges and where the immediate action needed to come into play.